Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and I'm broadcasting live from Central City tonight. The Wildcats are hosting the Springville Orioles. And before we talk more about the game, I want to recognize our sponsor for Wildcat Sports. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat Sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes here. The JV boys game just finished up, and the Wildcats came away with a win, 44-42 over the Springville JV boys. So that was a JV boys game. So we're getting ready here for the varsity girls. So this will be the second matchup between the Wildcats and the Orioles. Orioles won the first game earlier in the year, so Wildcats will be trying to avenge that potentially. Just kind of looking at some stats coming into tonight's game. The Wildcats are coming into tonight's game 14-3 overall, 2-6 in the conference. They're being led in scoring by Bailey Weber, averaging 17 points a game and 4 rebounds. Lexi Dedeker, freshman, is coming into tonight's game averaging 6 points a game and 5 rebounds. And Savannah Cook's contributing with 5 rebounds, and the Wildcats are led in rebounding by Sloan Smith with 6. So earlier in the year, the Wildcats lost 30-69, so we'll see what happens here. Wildcats have been up and down. They lost their first 2, won their second 2, then they kind of hit a losing streak there. They had a big win against Easton Valley, and they've lost a couple since then. Then they ended up beating Starmont just the other night, 86-50. And then they played Dunkerton last night, I believe, or Monday night, last night, and it was 38-59. So the Wildcats kind of hit that long losing streak, played some tough competition, and but have been playing much better lately. Even though they've had a couple losses in there, they've played some tough competition and have been in the games until like around the third, partway through the fourth quarter, and then seems like they kind of hit a little lull there. So looking to be a little more consistent, but kind of expected when you are relying on, at times, 4 freshmen on the floor. And even the returning starters besides Bailey are all in new roles. So it's been a learning year for the girls, and at this point I'm sure coach is just talking about coming out and trying to be a little more consistent and doing what you know you can do. So this will be a tall task tonight. Springville comes into tonight's game 10-4. They're 7-2 in the conference. And they're led in scoring and rebounding by Rowan Jacoby. So obviously the Wildcats, their strong suit isn't inside, but we'll see what happens. Currently, I was going to look at the standings. We've got kind of an interesting thing going on here. The boys, we'll talk about it more with the boys, but it's the boys basketball coach is actually the industrial technology teacher that's shared between Springville and Central City. So kind of a crazy thing for him. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. We got the Wildcats out shooting here. They're in their white home uniforms. Springville's in the locker room right now, so I don't remember if they had red or orange or black on. The Springville girls are coming into tonight's game in second place in the conference. They've got their orange road jerseys on. Believe they played, their last game was against Northland and they got beat. So they're coming in on a 1-game losing streak, the Orioles are. But at this point in time, when you're playing a pretty good team, like I mentioned, the Wildcats, being a young team, are just kind of coming out here and trying to find goals and things that they can do to make improvement. Obviously, they're looking maybe win a game in the tournament once the postseason tournament starts. Maybe get a win, just kind of end the season with, you know, maybe an upset. Who knows? So we got 5 minutes here to go. Other things that are happening. We've got some robotics competitions have been going on, and our robotics team tonight is out in the Commons trying to get people interested in what's going on with robotics. So if you have sons or daughters or anything like that would be interested in doing something like that, check it out. We have FFA out there with a soup supper tonight. So if you're listening and thinking of coming up later, maybe you can grab a chili or soup. We've got wrestling going on. We got Luke Birds wrestling for the guys' side, and he has a meet Thursday. And then we've got 2 female wrestlers. Melanie Stoker and Helen Birds. And they've been going to a lot of different, now that wrestling is sanctioned for the girls, they've been traveling to some different competitions. And have been having a learning experience with this, because I believe it is the first time that either of them have wrestled. So, but good for them, and it's nice to see that. The girls wrestling is definitely getting bigger, and kudos to those that are participating in that. All right, so we've got the captains going. The meeting with the officials, and we're going to get going here in a minute. Bailey Weber, I will mention, set the season single game scoring record, most points in a game the other night when they played Starmont. The Wildcats won that game 86-50, and I believe Bailey had either 42 or 46 points. I can't remember, but it was the most that anybody's ever scored in a girls' game. So good job to Bailey, kind of coming in a different role as well this year. She's always kind of been, she's a junior, I believe, this year. There's always been Sarah Reed and Emma Fritcher, and now this year she's been kind of the main cog, and so it's good to see her go off and hopefully continue to be a good leader for the freshmen that are on the team. I need to do my research, but I believe here at the end of January we'll be wrapping up the girls. Let me look here. The girls have they have Springville tonight, then they have Edco yet to play at Edco, then they have 2 home games against Northland and Alburnett. And then they end on the season on January 31st at East Buchanan, and I know they played East Buchanan tight the first time they played them. And then after that, it gets into tournament time. Hard to believe that we've got a couple weeks left here, and January will be over and we'll be in the tournament. So the Wildcats are, like I mentioned, coming out here. They've got 5 games left in the regular season, looking to put some consistency together. I'm not sure if the pairings have come out. I haven't really had a chance to look myself to find out when and where the Wildcats play. But when we do find that out, we will let people know that, and we will actually be covering, traveling to that game and announcing that game. So stay tuned for that. We are now getting ready for the lineups.
Now with our starting lineups for Springville, number 3, Hannah March.
Hannah March,
And for your Wildcats,
junior.
number 5, Avery Wise.
Avery Wise starting as a freshman.
For the Orioles, number 5, Ashlyn Zaruba.
Ashlyn Zaruba for the Wildcat, or for the Orioles. She's a senior. Lucy Smith, senior for the Wildcats.
Kennedy Breitfelder.
Kennedy Breitfelder, a senior for the Orioles, starter. Lexi Dedeker starting for the Wildcats, another freshman.
Number 22,
Isabel Guerrero for the Orioles, senior.
23, Bailey Weber.
And Bailey Weber,
And for the Orioles,
junior.
number 4, Molly Stamp. And for your Wildcats, number 31, Sloan Smith.
Molly Stamp, senior, starting.
Springville, Christina Zaruba, assisted by Tyler Hushak and assisted also by Bo Zaruba. Central City is
The last starter for the Wildcats is Sloan Smith.
and assisted by
And I will take a minute here as they sing the national anthem.
Beth Briggs will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night on our ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare by bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beth Griggs doing the national anthem for the game tonight. And we are about ready for tip-off. Again, hopefully the Wildcat girls can play a tough and game and make some improvement. As the season goes along. So we've got both teams out. All right, and we are ready for the tip. Bailey tips it, and she got it herself, and they started the clock before anybody touched it, evidently, or I don't think you can tip it to yourself, to be honest. So Springville's going to get the ball. Stamp gets it into Guerrero. Back to Stamp. Stamp swings it over to Zaruba. Zaruba down to March, and then they pass it back to Zaruba, and there's a steal by Weber, and she's going to take it all the way, and then she has it knocked out of her hands. Orioles are coming the other way. Wildcats look like they're in man-to-man, and there's going to be a three-pointer by Hannah March. Orioles take an early 3-0 lead, and there's a press and stolen away from Weber. Guerrero takes it in for a layup. There's 2 points. Avery Wise has it, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Breitfelder. Orioles are in a 1-2-2 full court press. And Lexi Dedeker has it, stolen, but then she gets it back, gets it to Weber, who gets it up the floor to Avery. Avery's going to think about a three-pointer, but she passes it to Bailey. They swing it around to Lucy, back to Bailey. Bailey's got it at the top. She hands off to Avery, back to Bailey. She's got to look for a three-pointer, no good. And Lexi Dedeker tips it, but it comes up Orioles into the front court. Is going to be Molly Stamp. She stops and pops a three-pointer and misses. Rebound Wildcats get it into the front court. Weber has it, gets to the top of the key to Wise. She lobs it inside to Sloan Smith, and it's tipped out of bounds by Stamp. So it's going to stay with the Wildcats. Lexi Dedeker is going to pass it in. It's tipped, and Guerrero grabs it, but her foot comes down on the end line, so it'll stay Wildcats basketball. Wildcats get it into Lucy. She swings it to the top of the key to Avery. They go inside to Sloan. She kicks it over to Lexi Dedeker for a nice little shot there. Good ball movement, but Lexi Dedeker's not able to convert, so Stamp comes flying down the other end, puts it up, misses, gets her own rebound, and then she gets fouled by Sloan Smith. And that's going to be Sloan's first foul. The basket is going to be good by Molly Stamp, and she's going to go to the free throw line. And the free throw is good. So we've got 8-0 here. Orioles are ahead. Pressing. Wildcats break it, get it into the front court. They swing it over to Weber, Lexi Dedeker. The shot from the elbow goes in and out. Stamp with the rebound. She gets it up to the floor to Zaruba. And Zaruba's going to look for the shot. She misses. Rebound by Wise. Now we're coming the other way with Bailey Weber. She gets it to Wise. Wise is going to... There's a three-pointer. Avery sets up and lets a three-pointer fly and knocks it down, so makes it 3-8. Wildcats down here in the first quarter, 5:22 left. There's a pass inside to Rowan Jacoby. I don't know. And there's going to be a steal by Rowan, and she shoots, misses, gets her own rebound. And then there's going to be a foul on that. And I believe that's on Avery Wise, so that's going to be her first foul, team second. Jacoby is leading their team in rebounding and assists, and she didn't start, so I don't know if she's been sick or injured or whatever, but she didn't start. She's in now and has made her presence felt by getting a basket and a steal here and going to the free throw line. Wildcats make some subs. We got the free throw is up and good. And they're going to bring in another substitution. So Wildcats have Savannah Cook in. Belle Whitson has checked in. Wildcats break the press, get it up. Bailey Weber drives, pulls up for a little jump shot, misses, gets her own rebound, takes it in, no good. Tipped and kept alive by Savannah. Oh, and then Avery Wise's three-pointer rolls halfway down and goes out. And they're going to say off the Wildcats, and it'll be Springville ball. So Wildcats had a couple good looks there, just weren't able to convert anything. And the Orioles will come up into the front court. They swing it around to Hannah March. She lets it fly, no good. Rebound by Breitfelder. She gives it to Stamp. And Molly Stamp shoots and misses, and long rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be Wildcats basketball. Orioles are going to do a 1-3-1 three quarters. Wildcats turnover by Avery Wise. And then there's a travel stolen by Hannah March before she took off, though. She traveled. We're at 4:21 in the first quarter, and it's 3-11. Orioles are up. So Wildcats working around. Weber's looking in, goes to the baseline to Cook. Savannah Cook lets it go, no good. Sloan Smith tried to get their offensive rebound, but it was knocked out of bounds by the Orioles, and it'll be Wildcat basketball. And we've got a timeout by the Central City bench, calls a timeout. So I will take this opportunity to give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. We're here for you. All right, so a quick timeout there. Wildcats want to talk something over here. They're going to pass it inbounds. Bailey Weber breaks to the baseline, has a good look, misses. Rebounded by Kennedy Moore. She's going to bring it up in the front court. Dribbles to her left. Swings it around to Zaruba. Zaruba's going to dribble around the top of the key to get it to Guerrero. They get it inside to Rowan Jacoby, and she shoots and misses. Rebound Wildcats. Avery Wise brings it in to the front court. We've got Weber, hands it off to Whitson, who gets it back to Weber. Avery is looking, swings it over to Weber. She's going to drive baseline, and she's going to take it up, and they're going to call foul on Rowan Jacoby there. And that's going to put Bailey. Actually, they called that foul on Kennedy Moore. Bailey's first free throw is good. We've got Lexi Hennick checking in, Sloan Smith and Savannah Cook checking out. And Macy Lupkus is checked in as well. And that second free throw by Bailey Weber is good. So Wildcats with 3:31 left in the first quarter is 5-11. We're down. Getting some good looks. Doing pretty decent on defense. Handled the press actually halfway decent. So not too bad for the Wildcats. Just need to convert on our end. Orioles come into the front court there. We've got Guerrero to Zaruba. Hands off to Stamp. Stamp's at the top of the key. She passes it down inside to Guerrero. Guerrero back out to Stamp. Stamp thinks about a three-pointer, takes a dribble, and pulls up at the free throw line. Knocks it down. And Wildcats handle the press, get it into the front court. Weber's got the ball. She's dribbling it around. Swings it over to Wise. Wise skips it over to Macy Lupkus, and Macy goes up strong and is going to be called a foul. And that is going to be on Olivia Hoyt, senior, who's checked in for the Orioles. So 5-13, Wildcats down, 2:52 left. Macy going to the free throw line, and her first free throw is a little long. So she has a chance for another one. And it's long, and the Wildcats are actually going to get the rebound, and Lexi Hennick is going to let it fly. No good. Macy Lupkus with the offensive rebound puts it up. No good. Guerrero comes down with the defensive rebound. Wildcats are having some looks. Just need to get some shots to fall here. Hanging tough with the Orioles. Ball goes inside to Hoyt, and she puts it up and in. Wildcats get it in. Orioles set up that press, and there's going to be a turnover by Wise. Zaruba's going to get the steal, but she misses the layup. Weber gets the rebound, and now Cook is going to get it into the front court, and Wildcats are going to set up their offense. They swing it over to Wise. She hands off to Hennick. Hennick swings it over to Weber. Weber's going to dribble to the top of the key, and then she's going to drive down the lane, and she goes up, and there's a two-pointer for Bailey. It makes it 7:15 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Guerrero has the ball for the Orioles in the front court. They swing it around. There's Breitfelder, lets it go. No good by Kennedy Breitfelder. Rebound Weber. She's going to get it up to Hennick. Hennick kind of fumbles it, gives it back to Weber. And Bailey lets a three-pointer go. Nothing there. Rebound Orioles. Guerrero coming up the floor for the Orioles. She's dribbling it around, gets it to Zaruba. Zaruba passes it inside to Stamp, but it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay Oriole basketball. Wildcats have some subs coming in. Sloan Smith checking in. Lucy Smith's checking in. Lexi Dedeker's back in. Savannah Cook and Bailey Weber stay in. And there's a three-pointer by Ashlyn Zaruba. Lexi Dedeker has the ball. Makes the pass up to Weber. She hits it up ahead to Smith, and Smith. Lucy gets a two-pointer, breaking that press. Springville's coming right back here with a minute to go. And there's a drive by Zaruba, nothing there. Jacoby gets the offensive rebound, puts it in. Now we've got Bailey Weber. She's going all the way, tries to bounce pass it to Weber, or to Lucy Smith. It hits Lucy in the feet. Now we're coming the other way. Pass to Jacoby. She couldn't handle it, and it was out of bounds. Good hustle by the Wildcats on getting back there, and it's going to be Wildcat basketball. Rowan Jacoby couldn't handle that pass, and it went out of bounds. So Lexi Dedeker just traveled. So with 28 seconds left, it's 9-20 here. We're in the first quarter. Stamp with the ball. She's going to pull it out. They're going to play for one shot here, maybe. They get it inside to Rowan Jacoby, and she does a little baby hook. They get it up. Savannah Cook's got it. They get it to Sloan. Sloan passes it to Dedeker. They get it to Weber. And they just passed it around too much. Didn't realize how much time was left in the quarter, and the Wildcats weren't able to get a shot. So at the end of one quarter, it's 9-22. Wildcats down. And I'll give a shout out to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, well, the Wildcats were hanging pretty tough there first quarter, but that press has forced them into a few turnovers, probably more than they want. And unfortunately, that's allowed the score to balloon a little bit here, 9-22. So Wildcats are getting good looks. We're, like I said, the turnovers, a couple turnovers there, right there, allowed the Orioles to kind of expand their lead, but the Wildcats are playing tight, and there's Sloan Smith. She backs down her defender, and she puts it up off the glass, and so that's going to be 11-22. So the Wildcats are still hanging tight. There's a pass up and swinging it around to Zaruba. She's looking around. She dribbles across the top of the key. She's going to stop and shoot a three-pointer, and it hits the back of the rim, and nothing there. Battle for the rebound between Sloan and I think that was Breitfelder. And it's going to be Springville basketball. They pass it inside underneath the basket to Stamp. She dribbles it out. She's going to reset. They get it to Guerrero and goes right through her hands. It's going to be out of bounds. Wildcats will get it. And, I thought it went right through Springville's hand. I guess they said the Wildcats tipped it there. So Zaruba's going to pass it in, and Weber nearly gets the steal. Guerrero picks up the loose ball. Zaruba's in the baseline for a three-pointer. Count it. They get in. Avery Wise to Dedeker to Weber. They pass it across to Avery Wise. And there's a nice look underneath the basket to Sloan to break the press. And Sloan's ball, her shot is deflected out of bounds by March. And Wildcats will keep it. They're inbounded, swinging it around the top of the key. Weber looks, gets it over to Whitson. Whitson has it, swings it to Dedeker at the elbow, to Wise. She gives it to Weber. Weber's going to take a dribble, and at the top of the free throw line, she shoots and misses, but the rebound is tipped and kept alive by the Wildcats, but then Avery Wise is called for traveling, so it'll go back over to the Orioles. So Guerrero comes in to the front court. Swings it over to Stamp, over to Breitfelder, down to a cutting Guerrero. She throws it up, nothing there. And March tries to get the rebound, but she's out of bounds. Good ball movement, and but the Wildcats are going to come away with the ball. 11:25 at 6:32. The inbounds pass is tipped. Guerrero shoots, misses, and Wildcats have it. So Springville hasn't been converting probably as much as their coach would like on some of those easy baskets that they're beginning on the tip. And there's Bailey Weber going and driving down, and she's going to draw a foul there. They called that on Kennedy Breitfelder. That'll be her first, and Bailey Weber is going to go to the free throw line, and her first free throw is good. Second one was a little off, and Orioles bring it into the front court. There was a little miscommunication on defense, and the Orioles got an easy layup, but the Wildcats are back in attacking. Lexi Dedeker has it, and she got trapped, and they're going to call a jump ball, and it will be Springville. Arrow pointing their way. We've got some subs checking in. Macy Lupkus is in, Savannah Cook, Lucy Smith, and Bailey Weber is in. So, and Lexi Dedeker stays in. So we'll see here what happens. We've got Stamp bringing it into the front court. Swings it over to Guerrero, out to Zaruba. Zaruba's going to let the three-pointer go. March gets the rebound. Nothing on the putback. Wildcats get the rebound. Dedeker gets it into the front court with Weber. She passes it to Cook. Cook gets it to Smith. And then there's going to be a steal by Zaruba. And she stops and lets Lexi Dedeker go flying by, and Zaruba misses it. Good job. Lexi Dedeker then gets in front of Zaruba, and Zaruba loses control, and the ball goes out of bounds. And so after that steal, the Springville comes away with nothing. So good job, good hustle by Lexi Dedeker. Dedeker has it, gets it into the front court. They're looking to trap, and Central City bench calls a timeout. It's 12-27 with 5:13 to go here in the second quarter. I'll give a shout out to Heartland Bank. Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank, and when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. All right, there was a quick timeout here. Coach saw something they want to talk to the Wildcats about, and we will be back in action. We've got Dedeker, Savannah Cook, Lucy Smith, Macy Lupkus, and Bailey Weber on the floor. The Wildcats, or the Orioles, went to a trapping half-court defense, and I think that's what Coach wanted to talk about. And the Orioles get a steal. They come into the front court. There's Breitfelder with the three-pointer, and she runs down her own rebound. And we've got Kennedy Moore in. Breitfelder gets it to Stamps. Stamps rings it over to Guerrero. Guerrero shoots a long two-pointer, nothing there. And Lexi Dedeker with the rebound. And she gets it up to Savannah Cook, and Savannah can't control it, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the press now is starting to do a little bit to the Wildcats. So we'll see what happens here. So Breitfelder's got the ball, gets it to Guerrero. Guerrero throws up a three, nothing there. Gets to Savannah Cook, gets a quick outlet to Bailey Weber, and Bailey's going to go. And Melly Stamp tries to block the shot, but it is a foul. So Weber's going to go to the free throw line here. Bailey so far has been held to one field goal. So we'll see if she can get things going. There's her first free throw is good. Makes it 13-27 with 4:15 to go. Springville's got 4 team fouls. Wildcats only have 2 team fouls, so not a lot of fouls being called. And actually, it's been a pretty clean game. And Weber misses her second free throw, and Macy Lupkus comes in, gets the offensive rebound, and just couldn't finish on that. And then on the rebound, it got tipped out of bounds. So it's 13-27. We're at 4:12 left to go in the second quarter. So Zaruba's going to bring it into the front court. She gets a pick from Jacoby. Over to Moore. They swing it over to March. March lets a three-pointer go. Nothing there. Jacoby cleans up the rebound. Got tipped around there. Wildcats trying to break the press. Ball's tipped from behind by Jacoby, so it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay Wildcat basketball. Weber's going to inbounds it, and she sees Macy Lupkus, and Macy has a good look. Misses the layup. Good rebound there, offensive rebound by Lucy Smith, and Lucy's going to get fouled, and Lucy's going to go to the free throw line. Good hustle by Lucy. So we'll see if Lucy can knock some things down here. First free throw is up and is long. So it's 13-29. Breitfelder just picked up her second foul. Lucy's second free throw is no good. Jacoby gets that rebound. Guerrero gets it into the front court. Got Moore who drives, kicks it to Guerrero. Guerrero thinks about it. She's going to drive, pulls up for a little jump shot, and she knocks it down. And again, they now have went to about a quarter court 1-3-1 trapping press. We get it in to Lucy Smith, who gets it knocked out of her hands from behind. Springville comes the other way. Guerrero's going to drive and take it all the way. Throws it up, nothing there. Jacoby with the rebound, misses, gets her own shot. Tipped alive. They get it back into Jacoby, and they're going to say that she is fouled. Not sure if who they're calling that on. 13-31, that's the third team foul. That foul was called on Macy Lupkus. It's her first foul. So the ball's going to stay with Springville here. And they get it into Stamp, and Savannah Cook is going to be called for the foul. Looked like she went straight up, but they must have said she got her with the body, and that basket counts. And that's going to be Savannah's first foul. And Stamp makes that free throw, so it's 33-13. And the ball is tipped out of the Wildcats' hands, trying to break that press. And it gets knocked out of Avery Wise's hands. So with 2:47 left in the second quarter, it's 13-34. Guerrero down to March. Hoyt sets a pick, and then they pass it into Hoyt down inside, and she throws it up off the glass. Weber has it, gets it to Whitson. Whitson drives and pulls up for a little runner. Air ball, Savannah Cook gets the rebound. They get it to Hennick. Hennick swings it around to Weber. Weber thinks about it, gets it to Whitson, and Whitson's gonna knock down a three-pointer. 16-36 here. We've got 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. There's a shot on the baseline by March. Hoyt with the rebound and shot, and then the ball's just moving around, and it's going to be a jump ball between, I think that was Savannah Cook and Hoyt. So this time the arrow points in the direction of the Wildcats, so they're going to take it. Weber's going to pass it into Avery Wise and back to Weber, and they're again trying to break the press. They get it to Cook. She's going to attack. She's bumped. No call. Sloan steps out, and Sloan knocks down a two-pointer about 7 feet away from the basket. Nice job, Sloan. 18-36. We've got 1:25 left in the second quarter. Guerrero into the front court. She crosses over. She drives, kicks it out to Stamp. Stamp takes a dribble, pulls up for the shot, and she knocks down a two-pointer. Avery Wise to Weber again. Semi-press right there. Wildcats break it. And this time Savannah Cook has the ball, and they're going to say March was too close and is going to call foul. That's going to be the 6th team foul. So Wildcats have it. Avery Wise looks, shoots a three-pointer, and Avery, that's her second three-pointer of the night. So we're at 21-38 here, under a minute to go in the second quarter. Guerrero in the front court here for Springville, swings it over to Stamp. Stamp thinks about it, swings it to Guerrero. Guerrero down to Hoyt. Hoyt lobs it into Jacoby, and she's able to knock it off the glass and convert there. Sloan's got a big size difference. Jacoby's listed at 6'1", and Sloan probably maybe 5'10". Wildcats here doing a little bit of a weave. They can get a last shot here, but there's a turnover on Whitson. Springville's coming the other way. Guerrero, she gives it up to Jacoby, and good hustle by Sloan, and Jacoby misses the layup, and the Wildcats have a chance here to get a last-second shot. See if Bailey had a look, but it just didn't fall this time. So Wildcats made a nice little run here, coming back in the second half, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to be joined here by Matthew M.J. Klosterman. Can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
Can you hear me?
hopefully I can hear you.
Awesome.
Hopefully everybody can hear you.
Excited to be on here again.
I knew you were. I think you're a natural for this. You got to start doing this
Oh, yeah, you know I am.
for volleyball. You and I can do volleyball next year.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. Maybe.
All right, it's hard. It's harder than you think. All right, so you guys are coming off a tough loss against Dunkerton this weekend, but you beat, who'd you beat on Friday?
We beat Starmont.
Yeah, Starmont. You guys both varsity teams won. That was nice.
Oh yeah, it was awesome to win that.
Yep. So what about Springville tonight?
We know that they're definitely going to be better than last year because they have definitely improved.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we are ready and we're going to bring our A game.
Now, have you guys played them yet?
We did play them there.
And you won, right?
Yeah, we won by like 25.
Okay.
We started off really slow, but then we just picked it up and we didn't stop.
Okay. So what do you think have been your improvements that you guys have had as you've went through the season here? What do you think you guys have improved on? Anything?
Definitely sharing the ball
Yep.
and having less turnovers and just playing at a good speed and just scoring.
Okay. So are you guys still in third place in the conference?
I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we're above Maquoketa Valley,
Yeah,
but we're
I
still
think it was
behind Northland
in
and
Alburnett.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Makai's up to 17 points a game. He's had a couple monster games
Oh, yeah. I think he's averaging like 24 points
in the
from
last few games.
few games, yeah.
So going forward, just thinking about the teams that you guys have left on your schedule, what's it looking like as far as, win-loss? You got Alburnett, Northland, 2 teams above you in the conference.
I think the first time we played Northland, we definitely weren't ready, but this time we will be. I don't think they're going to blow us out this much, and I think we're going to be able to play with them. Same for Alburnett. I mean, we played the first half with them, and then we let it go the second half. Hopefully we can just keep it close both halves and maybe come out with a win.
Yeah, and when you guys played Alburnett, you were at Alburnett, ended up being 48-66, and then Northland, who you'd played previously, was at Northland. So you're hopefully better. Having them at home is going to make a difference, hopefully, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Alburnett gym, man.
Yeah, that's it. Playing at Alburnett and Northland, to be honest, are
Yeah.
two hard places to play. So you guys got then Edco, hopefully a road win.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't play as well as we should have against Edco, so I think we'll come in there better.
Mm-hmm.
We're scoring better as a team this time around.
And it's just natural with a new coach just to kind of figure out his system and his expectations and things like that. So, and then you've got a year under your belt improving. So hopefully you're expecting to see that improvement. You've got East Buck at you do end your season with 2 road games at East Buck and at Mac Valley. So those are going to be 2 big games for you guys potentially to see how things kind of shake out.
Oh, yeah, East Buck, we're going to come there. I remember last year when we played them, they blew us out by like 30. So you know that we're going to bring our A game. I'm going to go for 50. Makai's going to go for 50. We're all going to go for 50. We're going to destroy them.
It'd be nice if the games you have left, you've beat all the teams except for Alburnett and Northland. But you're flipping it. You're going to Edco. You're going to East Buck. You're going to Mac Valley, and you've got those other 2 at home. I think it'll be a sign if you guys can get those wins on the road. Don't you think that'll be a big mental boost, confidence boost for the tournament?
Most definitely, because it's always harder to beat a team twice. So you got to bring your double A game when you play them that second time, especially at an away scenario.
And Mac Valley's always kind of a tough place to play up there. Edco's gym's always kind of just weird.
Yeah.
But are you where you thought you guys would be, Matt, or are you satisfied with where you're at?
I mean, you always want to do better than how you do. I mean, we could have pulled out some more wins, especially that Eastern Valley one.
Mm-hmm.
But you never want to be complacent. You always want to strive for greatness, be better.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, we won the games that we were supposed to win, and we lost a few that.
But don't you think sometimes you lose something? You learn something sometimes from. Unfortunately, you never want to lose a game you're supposed to win, but can you learn stuff from that?
Yeah, lessons always come with those hard losses, especially the ones you want to win.
Yep.
And you can take stuff out of that, so for the next game.
Yeah, and that's what a good team will do, I think. And you guys I've seen you guys progress. From Aiden's first year, winning no games or 1 game, and then last year you guys came. You're persevering. You're getting better. And so it's been fun to watch you guys, and it's kind of exciting. You know, you came from a pretty good football season, and now kind of getting some things going with basketball. It's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah, it's winning is fun. You
Oh
know,
yeah, for sure.
especially with your friends and everybody.
Well, and I think people don't know the extra work that a lot of you guys, from starting with football, the weightlifting that you do in the summer, and the out of season conditioning, and
yeah,
then the
definitely.
time.
Grind
you know,
doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Grind doesn't stop.
And so it's kind of fun. It's rewarding, I guess, as a player when you know you're putting the work in, and then be able to reap the benefits of that. So
Especially, it starts off with being an academic weapon. You know,
yeah.
you gotta be an A+ student before you can be an A+ player.
So are you an A+ student, Matt?
No, I ended with a 3.4, but you know,
Close.
we're working on it.
Then you gotta always keep working, right?
Yeah.
All
Gotta
right.
strive for greatness.
All right. Hey, well, listen. Maybe I'll have you come back up and talk to me the next time I broadcast.
All
Since
right.
everybody else is afraid to come up and talk.
I know. There's nothing bad about it. You just gotta. This is like how you learn to talk to people.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Everybody's stuck to their phones.
Yeah.
But hey, well, listen. Thanks for coming up and talk to me, and good luck to you guys tonight. And we'll be back here next week, so maybe you can join me when we give a preview for the North Lynn game.
All right. Thanks. Go
All
Cats.
right, you bet. Go Cats. Thanks, Matt. Again, that was Matt M.J. Klosterman. He's easy to convince to come up and talk to me. None of the girls ever want to come up here and do that, but Matt likes to come up and do that. So we appreciate that, and anxious to see how their game goes here tonight. You know, Matt hit on it, and I don't have the records, but I know the Wildcats have struggled, and even in the football seasons, you know, they had a couple years where they maybe won one game, no games, but instead of getting down, not going out, just, you know, kind of feeling sorry for themselves, these guys have really committed to getting in the weight room, and again, they were young, and so it's cool to see that pay off, and I think that's what's going to happen to the girls here. A lot of these girls are, you know, playing volleyball, and then they're going to be playing basketball. I know they, you know, hopefully we can get them out for track, and they have softball. And I think as they get a little mature, when you're relying on 4 or 5 freshmen, you're going to take your lumps. So hopefully the girls will start seeing some of that success here in the next year or so. But you got to, like Matt said, the grind doesn't ever stop, and you got to be willing to you know, work hard all the time. So anyway, kind of looking back here at the girls, the Wildcats get 9 points in the first quarter, and Springville had 22. And then Springville gets 18 in the second quarter. And the Wildcats get 12. Maybe make that 13, I think. I misadded there. No. Yeah, no, 12. So the Wildcats had 12. They got a little better here. They had a little flurry there at the end of the second quarter, so that gave them 12 points, and the Springville had 18. I have unofficially, in the first half, Bailey Weber with just 1 field goal. I have her with 6 points. She's 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Sloan Smith's got 2 field goals, so she had 4 points. Avery Wise hit 2 3-pointers to give her 6 points in the first half. And Lucy Smith had a field goal. And Belle Whitson hit a 3-pointer. So that's my unofficial scoring for the Wildcats. It equals 21, so we'll see what happens here. So we're going to get ready for the second half to start. It'll be Springville's basketball, and Guerrero's going to bring it into the front court. She kicks it back to Stamp, back into Guerrero, and she puts it up off the glass for 2 points. They're still in their press. They're backing up just a little bit. Lexi Dedeker has it, gets it into the front court, and she gets it over to Wise. Wise looks and gives it back. Nice cut by Lexi. Lexi throws it up, nothing there. Offensive rebound, Sloan Smith. She misses. Offensive rebound, Lucy Smith. She misses. Rebound by Stamp. Stamp's going to go coast to coast. She throws it up, misses it. Sloan Smith comes down with the rebound. Wildcats hanging tough. Bailey Weber drives, nothing's called, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. I thought she got bodied there a little bit, but they say no, and it's just knocked out of bounds, stays Wildcat basketball. Inbounded to Wise. Wise checking things out, gets a pick from Lucy, nothing there. Then there's going to be a turnover, and Springville's going the other way, but there's going to be a traveling on Bergfelter. So it'll go back to the Wildcats here. And looks like Bailey might have got hit in the nose or something on that. They're asking her if she's okay. And she gets it into Avery Wise. Avery Wise is going to drive. And she gets it, passes it right into Stamp. Stamp stops the ball, and Avery, but then Avery tries to get a steal, and they're going to call her for a foul. So I've got that as Avery's second foul. 21-42 here, 6:54 left in the third quarter. Guerrero has the ball. Over to Zaruba. Zaruba looks inside. Stamp kicks it out to March. March lets it fly, nothing there. Rebound Lexi Dedeker. And Lexi tries to pass it to Bailey Weber. She should have just dribbled, but it's stolen by Berkfelder. And then she's waiting for the rest of her teammates to come down. She gets it into Stamp. They do a give and go, and there's a travel, but they don't call it. And so that layup's going to count. Wildcats get it into Bailey Weber. She's going to bring it into the front court, and Berkfelder comes up from behind and gets the ball and Bailey's arm, and that's going to be a foul. So it's 21-44 with 6:19 left in the third quarter, and that's going to be Berkfelder's third foul, so she's going out here. That's Lexi's first 2 points of the game. Makes it 23-44. March has it on the baseline, guarded by Lucy Smith. They get it to the free throw line. Swing it over, Guerrero has it. She looks to drive, but nothing there. Moore over to Stamp. Stamp's looking inside to Jacoby, who's checked in. Moore's got the ball. Again, they're trying to look inside to Jacoby. Moore resets, gets it to the top of the key, swings it over to March on the baseline. She lets another three-pointer fly. This time it goes in. And it looks like we're having a 30-second. The shot clock got down to 0. And now they got it figured out. And we've got some subs coming in with 5:23 left in the third quarter. It's 47-23. You got Belle Whitson checking in. Macy Lupkus checking in. Dedeker, Cook, and Weber are still on the floor. Lexi's got the ball. Swings it over to Weber. Weber's going to attack. Pulls up for a little jump shot and buries it. That's maybe Bailey will heat up here a little bit. That's her second field goal of the night. Stamp brings it into the front court. She dribbles top of the key, passes it inside to Jacoby, and it hit Belle Whitson's hands, and then Jacoby hit it, and it went out of bounds. It's going to go over to the Wildcats. Orioles in a three-quarter court here, 1-3-1 trap. Being press. Wildcats doing a pretty good job there of breaking it, and that time they tried to go. Bailey tried to get it deep to Macy Lupkus, and Macy gets it tipped out of bounds, so it stays Wildcat basketball. Bailey Weber's throwing it in over to Whitson. Whitson's checking things out. She drives, kind of drops the ball, sets a pick. Weber goes the other way, and she thinks about it, and it's deflected. Whitson has it, gets it to Lexi Dedeker. The girls are just dribbling around at the top of the key, not much happening, and Bailey lets one fly, no good. March is coming the other way, and they get it up to Moore. beat everybody down the floor, and she misses it. But they are going to call, I think they're going to call Savannah Cook. Yep, they're going to call Savannah Cook for her second foul. And the Orioles get it into Stamp, and she goes up on the out-of-bounds play, knocks down a two-pointer, 25-49, and we're at 4:13 to go. Wildcats get it. Look over to Belle Whitson. Whitson lets it go, banks it off, and she gets a two-pointer. Belle's first basket of the second half. Pass down low to Jacoby. They're going to give a block to Macy Lupkis. And Whitson brings the ball up, and she has a ball stolen. And then there's a block by Bailey Weber. Kennedy Moore looking to shoot it, and Bailey comes flying and knocks it out of bounds. Wildcats are going to make a couple changes here. Lupkis stays in, and it looks like Lacey Hennick's checking in for Belle Whitson. And actually, Macy Lupkis did check in for Lexi Dedeker, and there's a shot. That is it by Hoyt, I believe. So 27-51. We're at 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Bailey's dribbling it, and miscommunication between her and Lexi Hennick, who's checked in. But good hustle by Avery Wise to come up behind the Springville Zaruba and knock it out of bounds, so there's no shot there. They get it on the inbounds to Zaruba, and she hits a three-pointer. And the Wildcats get it in the front. Hennick has the ball. And they swing it over to Bailey Weber, nearly stolen. Bailey tracks it down, dishes it out to Wise. Avery with another three-pointer. Give the assist to Bailey Weber. We're at 30-54 with 2:55 left in the third quarter. Zaruba's going to drive. She kicks it to Moore. Moore kind of does a wheel there and hits a backdoor Guerrero. She finishes, and that's going to be Macy's Lupkis' second foul. Macy got her on that. The basket's going to count. And Guerrero will go to the free throw line to shoot one. 56-30, 2:42 left in the third quarter. Wildcats get it in. Dedeker, she looks. Gets it up to Wise. Wise gets it into the front court. Gets it to Dedeker. Dedeker's going to drive. Kicks it back to Wise. Avery sets up. A little off balance. Shot's no good. Lexi Hennick's going to get the rebound. And Lexi Hennick's going to shoot it. And nothing there. Lexi Dedeker offensive rebound. And she throws it up with her left hand. Good hustle by Lexi Dedeker. Good offensive rebound and spun and put it in with her left hand. Nice job, Lexi. So Zaruba comes to the other end. She drives, kicks it to Moore. Moore takes it to the top of the key, swings it to Stamp. They get it down inside to Hoyt. Hoyt shoots, and they're going to call foul on, pretty sure that's going to be Avery Wise. That's going to be, yep, yeah, that's Avery's third foul. Hoyt makes her first free throw. That'll be 3 fouls on Avery. Sloan's checking back in. Bailey Weber's checking back in, and Lucy Smith's checking back in. Lexi and Avery will stay out on the floor. 32-58 with 1:58 left in the third quarter. Missed the second free throw and rebounded by Sloan Smith. Avery thinks about it, swings it to Dedeker. Dedeker from the baseline, no good. Rebound March. They kick it out to Zaruba. She's running up the other way. Good job by the Wildcats to get back. They get it to Guerrero on the baseline. She shoots and scores. It's a two-pointer, long two-pointer. Bailey Weber's going to bring it into the front court. Swings it over to Dedeker. Dedeker's looking. Hand off to Lucy Smith. She gets it to the top of the key to Avery Wise. Nearly stolen. Knocked out of bounds by Zaruba. It'll stay Wildcat basketball. So with 1:18 left, it's 32-60. Wildcats have the ball here. We're in the third quarter. They swing it over to Dedeker. She takes a dribble from the elbow, shoots, bounces around, rebound Jacoby. Springville's coming the other way. Bounce pass to Clark, who hasn't really been in too much. She gives it back out to Zaruba. Nothing there, but offensive rebound kept alive, and there's Clark with the shot. No good. Rebound Wildcats. We're coming the other way. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Weber hands off to Wise. They get it to a little give and go. Oh, Avery was open there in the middle of the free throw line. Should have popped and shot, but she kicked it back out to Lexi, and then Lexi tried to pass it over to Bailey, and she's going to be called for travel. So now we've got Hennick checking in and Avery Wise checking out. Avery's got 3 fouls, so we're down to 28 seconds left, 32-60 here. And Guerrero's going to shoot another long two-pointer, no good. And they're going to say off of Hennick. 21 seconds left. We are in the third quarter. And Guerrero with the shot, and she makes the three-pointer. So we're last second shot here by the Wildcats here to get a last shot on the third quarter. There's 6 seconds. Hennick's got it. Lexi's got it. She gets it to Lucy. Lucy should have went up for the shot, and I guess they called it a block. That was kind of awkward. But after 3 quarters, it's 32-63. Springville comes out and gets 23 points in that third quarter. Wildcats get 11. So Wildcats playing hard. Just some of those turnovers are just on that press or catching up with the Wildcats here. But they have been playing hard, moving the ball well. Missed some shots. They've had some good looks. So we'll see what they can do here this fourth quarter. Wildcats will start with the basketball. Dedeker to Wise. They look inside, nothing there. And pass to Savannah Cook, and she couldn't handle it and gets knocked across into the backcourt, so that's going to be over and back. So Springville is going to bring it into the front court. They swing it around. They pass it down to a cutting Guerrero for 2 points. Lexi Dedeker is going to bring it up. Wildcats took Bailey out to give her a breather. They get it to Sloan. Sloan's at the free throw line, and she shoots and scores and is fouled and makes the basket. So Sloan gets a basket, and she's going to shoot a free throw. Nice job of getting Sloan the ball, and Sloan turns and shoots and knocks it down. And Sloan's free throw is good, so that gives Sloan 7 points on the night. Guerrero into the front court. She gets it down to Hoyt, out of the corner. Hoyt shoots an air ball, bounces around, picked up by Clark, and Clark scores. Avery Wise coming in here. They get it to Sloan at the free throw line again. This time she's got 2 people on her. She swings it over to Dedeker. Dedeker's dribbling around the top there, looking for something. Avery Wise gets it, Gets it into Sloan at the high post there. Sloan turns, shoots, nothing there. Macy Lupkis gets a foul on the rebound. They're going to say it was on the floor. Good job for Macy here to get that rebound. So that's going to be 4 team fouls on the Wildcats, and that's the 3rd team foul on Springville. So neither team really having any foul troubles here. Avery Wise gets it into Sloan. She's kind of off balance, and then she shoots, rebounded by Savannah Cook, and then Savannah shoots. Sloan Smith gets the rebound, and they're going to call Hoyt, I think, on the reach there. So good hustle by the Wildcats. And I believe, they call that on Breitfelder. And Breitfelder's fouled out of the game. So Kennedy Breitfelder fouls out. Wildcats have the ball. Lexi Diedeker backs in, nothing there. Gets it back to Sloan. Sloan dribbles out. Everybody's just kind of standing here. There's a nice cut by Sloan and a nice pass inside. Sloan misses, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and then Macy Lupkis gets the offensive rebound, puts it up, and now we've got the Wildcats fighting over it. And there's Sloan gets the rebound and loose ball, and I think they're going to call Springville for another foul on the floor. So now that makes 5 team fouls for Springville, 4 for the Wildcats. Avery Wise on the out of bounds. They find her on the baseline, and Avery knocks down another 3-pointer. That's 4 3-pointers for Avery tonight. This could be close to a career high for her. Guerrero comes the other way. Her shot's partially blocked by Diedeker. Avery Wise has the ball, hits off her foot. She goes running down, gets it. Now Lexi Diedeker has the ball, knocked out of her hand by Guerrero, and it's going to be Springville basketball. So with 5:48 to go here in the 4th quarter, it's 38-67. Wildcats still playing hard. A lot of hustle out there. So the Orioles swing the ball around. March looks into Clark. Clark gets it to Hoyt. Hoyt's going to go, but I think they're going to call her for a travel. And they do. And so it's going to go over to the Wildcats. So Wildcats have Belle Whitson, Lucy Smith, Savannah Cook, Bailey Weber, and Lexi Hennick out on the floor right now. We've got 5.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Bailey gets it to Savannah. Savannah drives, then passes it inside to Lucy. Lucy kicks it out to Belle Whitson. Whitson shoots, nothing there. Savannah Cook tries to keep it alive. Run down by the Orioles. They come the other way. We've got more over to Guerrero. Guerrero gets it to the corner. Marsh lets it fly, and it's nothing there. Rebound Savannah Cook. She's going to bring it up, and she almost gets it stolen, and then she's going to bring it up and gets it into the front court, gets it to Bailey Weber. Bailey shoots a 3-pointer, probably one of the best looks she's had tonight, just can't get it to fall. Guerrero comes the other way, and Marsh beats everybody down the floor, but then she passes the shot up and tries to get it to Moore, and nothing there. But then Hennick runs it down, but then she has a turnover. Orioles are going to go ahead and convert there on that turnover with Moore. Wildcats come into the front court. We've got 4:34 left here, 38-69. And there's going to be a turnover by Whitson. Not sure where she was going with that. And the Orioles beat the Wildcats back, and Jacoby has an easy layup. Nobody got back for the Wildcats. And there's a pass into Sloan Smith at the elbow, and there's going to be a foul on Hoyt reaching in from behind. And that makes it, I think that might be 6 team fouls. So the next foul is going to be a 1-on-1. Wildcats bring in Avery Wise, Macy Lupkis, Sloan Smith, Lexi Diedeker, and Savannah Cook stays out on the floor. So we've got 5 freshmen out there. It's the future of the Wildcat. There's a nice pass on the inbounds to Macy, and Macy is fouled as she goes up for the shot. So Macy's going to go to the free throw line. She's had some good looks tonight. Macy's just got to get a little stronger there, a little more confident. But I'll tell you what, she could be a good post player in there along with Sloan. see if Macy can knock down a couple free throws here. First free throw is up and good. So Macy will get another look. Wildcats now will have the bonus for the rest of the game. Macy's second free throw is up and no good. So there's 4 minutes to go here. So Wildcats will hopefully stay aggressive and maybe can get to the free throw line. Moore's going to drive, throws it up, nothing there. Rebounds Sloan. Sloan's got it, and Sloan's going to bring it up. It gets to Avery. Avery's going to look, and she gets it over to Dedeker at the top of the key. Dedeker's looking around. They have Sloan up at the free throw line. That's been effective there a couple times. Now they do bounce pass it into Sloan, but it's knocked away by Hoyt. March coming the other way. Avery Wise is back. They pass it over to Moore, and she's going to get a layup there. Wildcats get into the front court with Lexi Dedeker, over to Wise, and there's a nice look, just a little late by Avery Wise to Macy Lupkus. Jacoby did a good job on defense. Into the front court, we've got the Orioles, they get it into Jacoby. It's blocked by Macy Lupkus, but then Sloan Smith had the rebound. It was knocked out of her hands, and it's going to stay with the Orioles. So with 3:10 left in the third quarter, it's 39-73. And on the out-of-bounds play, Hoyt goes up with the shot and misses. Rebound Wildcats. They come into the front court. Wise lets it fly from a three-pointer. Nothing there. Rebound Jacoby. She's going to get it to Moore, who gets down inside to Morgan Schweibert, who's checked in. Wildcats get the rebound. Dedeker coming the other way. Passing it around on the top of the key, and she passes it to Wise. Wise back to Dedeker. Dedeker drives, steps back for a jump shot. Nothing there. Hoyt with the rebound. They get it down to Schweibert, who's checked in. Moore's going to let a three-pointer fly. And the Wildcats come into the front court. 2 minutes to go, 39-76. Lexi kind of had a shot potentially there, but she didn't take it. She passes it into Macy. Now they move the ball around. Sloan's a little off balance, throws up a shot. Nothing there. Rebound, Hoyt. They get it into Jacoby, and she goes up for 2 points against Macy. Macy really didn't have a chance there. They're calling a timeout, and I think the timeout, okay, I guess they're going to go with 30. I thought they were just doing some subs, but they're going to go ahead and call a timeout. So with that opportunity, I'll go ahead and give a shout out here. Heartland Bank's a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. All right, so we've got minute 48 to go, 39-78. Wildcats are going to have Hennick, Lucy Smith, Belle Whitson, Melanie Stoker is now checking in, and Maya Lupkus is checking in. 39-78. And Hennick's got the ball. She gets it into the front court, gets it to Melanie Stoker. Stoker over to Whitson. Whitson's going to pull up for a three-pointer at the top of the key. Nothing there. Rebound, Lucy Smith. She throws it up, nothing there. And Melanie Stoker is going to come down with the rebound. She's going to be tied up by Morgan Schweibert, and the possession arrow is pointing towards the Orioles, so they will have possession. We've got Emerson Ripple in, bringing the ball up here for the Orioles. We've got a minute to go, 39-78. They swing it around. Clothier gets it to Ripple. They get it back to Ripple. She gets it into Clark. Clark dumps it down to Clothier, and she misses. Rebound Wildcats. They get it into the front court. Belle Whitson, and she throws it. Not sure who she was throwing it to, and it went straight out of bounds. Wildcats kind of a little out of control right there. So it's 39-78, and we've got 30 seconds left here. They're going to get it to Clark. Clark's going to turn. They're looking to get it into Ripple, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Maya Lupkus, so it's going to stay with the Orioles. They're going to pass it in, and they get a shot, partially blocked by Belle Whitson, and she gets the rebound, gets the ball up ahead to Lexi Hennick, and Lexi misses the layup, and that is going to do it. Not the fourth quarter the Wildcats were looking for. Only were able to get 7 points there. And Springville ended up with 15, so that makes the final 39-78. Springville wins. So, hard-fought game there. Wildcats hung tight. Just the press kind of took its toll on the Wildcats, and even though the Orioles missed some of the easy buckets, they just had too many opportunities. Their size kind of affected a little bit Wildcats as well, and just kind of in the end, just too much for the Wildcats. So 39-78 there for the final for the girls. All right. We've got 15 minutes here. I'll go through here. I have, with the girls, again, this is unofficial, I have Bailey Weber with 8. That probably very well could be a season low for her. I have her down as just 2 field goals, no 3-pointers tonight. That zone that the zone that Springville threw at her was pretty effective, and they really were keen on trying to shut her down. Sloan Smith, I have her with 7 points. Lexi Dedeker had 2 big baskets in the second half. She ended up with 4 points. Avery Wise, like I mentioned, she might have had a career high there. I'll have to find out from her. I have her in class. I'll have to talk to her tomorrow. She ended up with 4 3-pointers, so she's got 12 points. She's going to be the leading scorer tonight for the Wildcats. Macy Lupkus had a bunch of opportunities inside, but just couldn't get anything to fall, and she was 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Lucy Smith had a field goal. She ended up with 2 points. And Belle Whitson had a 3-pointer in the first half and a 2-pointer in the second half, so have her ending up with 5 points. So that should be 39. So 39 points. Wildcats, again, coming into tonight's game, I think my Bell was averaging like 14 points. Bell was averaging 17 points a game. Lexi Dedeker was 6 as the second leading scorer, and Savannah Cook with 5. Savannah did not score tonight, and Lexi only had 4, and again, Bailey only had 8. So Springville did a really good job of coming in and knowing who the shooters were and taking those shooters out of their game, and that kind of hurt. But it was nice seeing Sloan's had some good games down in recently, and it was nice to see Avery knock down some 3-pointers. So once again, the Wildcats, just too much. The Springville, just too much for them. Turnovers were a big key there. So Wildcats will go back at it and keep getting better and come out on Friday ready to go. So We'll switch over here to the guys now. And as we mentioned, the boys taking on Springville here. I've got the guys. Are led in scoring by Mackay. He's, as Matt, if you heard my interview, he's been on a tear lately, and he's up to his scoring average. Mackay's coming into tonight's game 17 points and 7 rebounds. Matt Klosterman's at 14 points and 6 rebounds, and then Aiden's coming in with 11 points. So those are the 3 main scorers and rebounders here for the Wildcats. Just talking to Coach Clark, the big thing that they need to do is find some guys that can step up and knock down a few shots, because just as the girls did, the Springville girls did, I'm sure the boys are going to be looking to take those 3 scorers out of the game, just like Springville did for the girls. So we'll have to see here what some of the other guys can do. I've got the Wildcats are sitting at 6-2 in the conference again. And as Matt and I talked, they're 6-2 in the conference. They're behind Alburnett and North Lynn. North Lynn's undefeated in the conference. Alburnett 7-1. The Wildcats come in 6-2. Overall, we're 10-6. And then Springville, they're coming into tonight's game 2-6 in the conference, 3-10 overall. And as we mentioned earlier, the Wildcats did beat these guys earlier in the year at Springville, 70-43. But like Matt said, they're probably going to be a little better. And so we'll see how things shake out here if the Wildcats can get another victory. Wildcats are home in their white uniforms. Black Wildcats across their chest, black numbers. Springville boys are in black uniforms. They've got shooting shirts on. So I'm assuming they've got white numbers across and Orioles across the front. Got 9 minutes here to go. As far as the Springville boys, I mentioned their record. They're 2-6 in the conference, 3-10 overall. Cade Sheeta is averaging 14 points a game for them. Cade is a senior guard, and then he's got 14 points. And then Brett Kane, another senior, is averaging 11 points for the Orioles. So those are the 2 leading scorers for the Orioles. So the Wildcats will have to keep those guys contained. As I mentioned, Wildcats have a new coach, Ryan Turner. He's a social studies teacher and first-year coach. He's being assisted by John McGovern, longtime assistant coach John McGovern. And then, as I mentioned, the boys coach for Springville is Nick Josephson, and he is the industrial technology teacher, and we share him. Central City, he goes between Central City and Springville every day, and this is his first year. So we have 2 first-year head coaches going at it. So we'll see who has bragging rights after this game or if it's a tie. Got 7 minutes left here in warm-ups. Girls, unfortunately, went down to the Orioles, 39-78. But again, at some point they had 4 freshmen out there to 5 freshmen. So again, they're looking for the future, just playing each game, trying to get better, and every time, and just again seeing what will happen in the years to come. Give another shout out here to Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank's a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. And we just always like to give a really big shout out to Heartland Bank. They're the sole sponsor of the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel, and they allow us to do all the football games. David Warrington has been the other announcer between him and I. David did all the football games. I brought you about 4 or 5 of the volleyball games. And David's done the majority of the basketball games, but I've been in here and I'll be back next week. David was home for break and was able to do quite a few games, but he had to go back to UNI. But he's not done yet. We will finish out the season here. We still have some games to announce. We've got we've got North Lynn and Alburnett home games, and then Cedar Valley Christian's on the schedule. I don't know if that, I think that's no longer a game. Oh, that might be a playoff game. I'm not sure here. Okay, so we've still got a couple games, and then what we'll be doing is once the tournament games come out or are announced, we will be once the tournament games are announced, we will be going to the tournament games. So if you can't make, hopefully the guys might stand an outside chance of seeing how things finish out here. The guys might stand a chance of hosting a game. I'm not sure about that. Girls will probably be on the road, but if you can't go, we'll be broadcasting live. So we still have quite a bit of basketball to bring here. And then we'll be taking a break, and then we'll be looking into some softball and baseball games for this summer. And we'll be back at it again. So again, Heartland Bank allows us to do all that. And again, as I always mention, they do more than just the sportscast. They also help out at the school with providing lunch to the staff and helping out with other organizations making donations. So again, we really appreciate our relationship with Heartland Bank. All right, we're down to 3 minutes to go here. Want to give a shout out to our volunteers tonight. Diana Sackett doing the official scorekeeper for tonight's game. Shannon Bohannon is volunteering on the clock. Vaughn is doing the 30-second clock. And then Beth Griggs is here as the athletic trainer. I've mentioned this before, but I always want to give a shout out. The Booster Club a few years ago decided that it was worth having a paid athletic trainer at all home events, and so Beth is at all home basketball games, at all the home volleyball games, and she actually travels and goes to all the football games, and then she also does all the home baseball and softball games. So really lucky to have somebody that can do that from our community that's here. And I know it's just made a world of difference just for the coaches that we don't have to worry about taping things potentially, or if there's injuries, Beth's there to check those out. So I always like to give that a shout out because that's a huge thing for the Wildcats. All right, we are down to a minute and a half left, so we should be getting ready for our starting lineups here. All right. Both teams heading to the bench here, and we will get going with the starting lineups. Wildcats are coming in on a one-game losing streak. They got beat by Dunkerton over the weekend, played at Coe College at a shootout there that had games going on all day on a college court, high school games. And Springville's actually coming in with a 3-game losing streak, so let's hopefully we can extend that.
The Springville Orioles. And for tonight's starting lineups, for the Orioles, number 2, Cade Shetta.
So Cade Shetta is going to be starter, number 2. Matthew Klosterman for the Wildcats.
For the Orioles, number 3, Noah Brady.
Noah Brady,
And your Wildcats, number 10, Aiden.
a senior. Aiden Klosterman, a junior for the Wildcats.
Orioles, number 13,
Jace Ernzen is a sophomore.
For Central City, number 13,
Jaden Hansen, junior.
For the Orioles, number 22, Connor Williams.
Number 22, Connor Williams, sophomore, 6'3". And Makai Benton, junior for the Wildcats. And number 30, Brett Kane. And number 30, Braden Rickles. A senior, and Brett Kane is also a senior. So those are the starting lineups for the Wildcats. And we are ready to play some basketball. All right, looks like Makai Benton's going to jump for the Wildcats, and Connor Williams is going to do the jumping for the Orioles, and the Wildcats will have it. Matthew Klosterman into the front court. He drives, gives it to his brother. They're doing a little weave, and Jaden Hansen takes it in and scores. Good to see Jaden get on the board here. Wildcats are going to come out in a little bit of a 1-2-2 full court press, and they're going to have to call a quick timeout because the Orioles weren't prepared for that. And Josephson calls a quick timeout. 30-second timeout. Wildcats up 2-0. I'll give a shout out here to Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, so quick timeout. Wildcats get on the board first, and then they have to, Springville calls a quick timeout. And now Springville comes into the front court, and Shada shoots a shot, three-pointer, misses, rebounds Wildcat. Matt Klosterman gets it into the front court. Aiden's going to take it to the hole. He drives, dishes to Mackay, and Mackay Benton gets it to kiss off the glass for 2 points. It bounced around up there, and it's going to be good. And there's that press again. Springville's ready for it. They get it into the front court. Ernzen swings it over to Shada. Shada over to Kane, and then down in the corner, Brady. They swing it back up to Ernson, to Shada. There's passing it around the rim there. Over to, they get it down on the baseline there to Williams, and he throws the ball, tipped by the Wildcats, but Ernzen with the long three-pointer, hits the rim, not there. Rebound Wildcats. I think that was Jaden Hansen. Matt Klosterman takes it all the way, coast to coast, and Matt kisses it off the glass, and the Wildcats take a quick 6-0 lead here on the Orioles. Again, coming out in that press, Wildcats, and Williams there, Connor Williams, they get an easy bucket on that. They break the press and get a layup, and looks like Springville's going to do a little pressing of their own. There was a nice pass up the floor to Jaden Hansen, but he missed the layup. Springville's coming back. Wildcats are in defense here. Picked him up. And there's a pass to a cutting Williams. And Matt comes away with the steal. He's dribbling. He's looking. Dribbles to the baseline. Picks his dribble up. Gets it up to Jaden Hansen. Swings it over to Mackay Benton. Mackay gets it inside to Braden Rickles. Rickles off the glass. Braden Rickles with 2 points. So we've had 4 Wildcats who have scored 8-2 with 5:25 left in the first quarter. Wildcats stay in that press and nearly stolen. And now they're going to call, looks like Jaden Hansen for the reach. And that'll be the first team foul on the Wildcats. Yep, Jaden Hansen. He's going to get his first foul. So Orioles here, swinging it around on the top. And number 21 has checked in, Jordan Goad, and he has a nice look but misses the layup. Rebound Wildcats. Matt Klosterman has it, drives, and takes it in. It looks like it's partially blocked, no call. And we're going to come the other way, up court to Kane. He takes it into the front of the rim and misses. Williams out battles Mackay Benton for the rebound, and he gets the basket. And it's going to be 8-4. Braden Rickles' inbounds pass is tipped and goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Wildcats, but now they're going to be on the side here. Matt brings it in. It looks like Springville switched to a 1-3-1. Aiden's got it. He gets it back over to Matt. Matt looks and he travels. Ball's going to go back over to Springville. Springville's moving the ball back and forth. They get it into the front court. And has got to be traveling. The Springville kid got it and he fell and he was rolling around, and they didn't call traveling, and Jaden Hansen reaches in and they're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay with Springville. Wildcats got the tip, so Wildcats, there's Jordan Goad with a three-pointer. Good. It's 8-7 here, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. There's a pass inside into Mackay, and they're going to call Mackay for a foul. Jaden Goad takes the charge, and Mackay's going to pick up a foul, so that's Wildcats' second foul. No fouls on the Orioles yet. And Wildcats kind of staying again in a 2-2-1 here, and not really getting anything from that. Goad's got the ball at the top of the key. He swings it over to Shada. Shada being guarded by Benton. They get it to Ernzen, over to Williams. Williams swings it over to Ernzen. They get it inside to Williams. He's going to kind of turn, does a little jump shot over Rickles, and is an air ball. Jaden Hansen gets the rebound and is fouled. So it's going to be the first foul in Springville tonight. I'm not sure who they called that on. 21, they called that on Goad. So Wildcats in the front court. Aiden dribbles, gets it to Rickles at the free throw line. He dribbles down, shoots, misses. Rebound by Goad. Gets it into the front court to Ernzen, and he dribbles it off of his foot. Loose ball picked up by the Wildcats. And Aiden Klosterman knocks down a three-pointer. Ball swung around to his side. Springville comes back the other way. They get it into Goad. He jumps, loses his balance, tries to make a bounce pass. Oh, Aiden, we had an advantage, but weren't able to take advantage of it. Wildcats, Orioles come back the other way, and they get a layup by Brett Kane. So it's 11-9. We've got 2:22 left here in the first quarter. Jaden Hansen takes it in, gets it up, and no good, but they're going to say he was fouled by Goad, I believe, and so that'll be Goad's second foul. 2 fouls on Springville, and they're both on Jordan Goad. Jaden Hansen going to the free throw line for 2 shots. And Jaden misses the first shot. And Jaden's second shot is no good. So it stays 11-9. And then the ball hits Mackay. Oh, I thought it hit Mackay's hand. I guess it hit a Springville person's hand. Springville was pushing the ball up the floor. Mackay had his back to the ball. Thought it looked like it hit his hand and went out of bounds, but they said that it went off a Springville player. So now we've got Wildcats with the ball. Aiden bringing the ball up. Gets it over to Matt. Over to Aiden. Aiden drives, dishes it back to Matt. Matt lets a three-pointer fly. Oh, in and out, but rebounded by Aiden. And he throws it up, and it's nothing. Rebound Ernzen. So empty possession there. Castor Abernathy has checked in, as well as Lucas Greif. There's a bad pass by the Orioles, and Wildcats bring it into the front court here, swinging it around. We've got Matt looking at a cutting Castor Abernathy. Matt drives, kicks it back out to Lucas Greif. Lucas lets it go, hits the top of the backboard. And that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Springville's basketball. So both teams playing pretty fast, maybe tad out of control. See if somebody can get into a rhythm here. So we've got Shada into the front court. He's backing down Matt. Gets it to Ernzen. Ernzen drives on Castor Abernathy. He kicks it out and looks to get it to number 1, Evan Hafner, and it is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Orioles. They get it into Ernzen. Ernzen drives, takes it up, and knocks it down. That makes it 11-11 here. Wildcats get it into the front court. Both teams doing a 1-3-1 or 1-2-2 little press. Aiden Klosterman gets a three-pointer in the corner there. Wildcats break that press. Springville has it. Ernson looks at the top of the key. Nothing there. Swings it around. Shada's at the top of the key. He's dribbling. He gets it out to Ernson. Now Ernzen's going to dribble. The staying at the top of the key. Shada's going to take it. He hits a back cutting Williams, but it's a great defense there by Aiden, and Aiden gets a steal. Matt Klosterman trips as he's going up for the shot. And so it's a miss, and the Orioles have the ball. So we've got 12 seconds here left in the first quarter. Maybe not the best basketball, but I guess it's been entertaining. And Springville hits a three-pointer right at the end, right at the buzzer, so that makes it, not sure if that's the right score. I'll wait a second here. 14-14 is what the scoreboard has it. So dead heat after one quarter. So at Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, like I said, I don't know if each coach would say that this is the best basketball that their teams have played, but like I said, it's been relatively entertaining. Both are doing a little bit of full court, three-quarter court presses, trapping a little bit. Both teams have been pushing the ball up the floor. And we're dead heat after one quarter, and the Wildcats will start with the ball in the second quarter. We've got Aiden Klosterman, Matt Klosterman, Makai Benton, and they're going to call foul there. Makai Benton's out there. We've got Braden and Jaden Hansen. Braden Rickles is out there. So foul there on Springville. Braden turns. There's a nice shot. Braden in the front of the rim turns, powers it up, gets it right over the front of the rim there. That foul was on Ernzen. That's his first three-team fouls for Springville, 2 for the Wildcats. So we got Hafner with the ball. Gets it to Shada. Shada hits a cutting Kane. Kane's trapped underneath the basket. Tries to shoot. Nothing there. He got too far underneath the basket. Wildcats coming the other way. Nice pass by Matt to a cutting Braden Rickles. Nice pass, nice finish. Good job, Wildcats. Caught the Orioles sleeping there. Shada is driving, comes into the middle of the lane, turns, shoots, hits the back of the rim, not there. Matt Klosterman with the rebound. Matt's coming up into the front court, swings it over to his brother Aiden. Aiden lets it fly on the three-pointer, nothing there. Offensive rebound, Matt can't get it to fall. Oh, and they're going to call Matt for a foul. It looked like that could have been a jump ball. They're going to say Matt got him, so that's a foul on Matt. That's going to be three fouls, 3-team fouls now on each team. Aiden had a really nice look. Aiden's knocked down 2 3-pointers tonight, and he had a nice look there for his third one. Just couldn't get it to fall. So the Wildcats here going to be back on D. Shada's in the front court. They swing it over. We've got Ernzen at the top of the key. He looks to go, nothing there. Good defense by the Wildcats. Shada takes the ball now, backs down Matt Klosterman, and he goes up, nothing there. Matt's going to get the rebound. Matt went straight up. They swing it over to Jaden Hansen, and he traveled in the baseline there. He thought about the shot and passed it up and traveled. Dayton Price is going to check in, and Jaden Hansen is going to set out. So we've got Klosterman's Matt and Aiden, Braden Rickles, Makai Benton, and Dayton Price in for the first time. Williams has got the ball. They gives it to Shada. Shada thinks about it, swings it over to Brett Kane. Brett Kane lets it fly, nothing there. Back of the rim, rebounded by Shada. Oh, and they're kind of a cheap foul on Aiden Klosterman. He reached in, and I thought he had all ball. Just, he kind of hit the kid in the face, but I don't necessarily know that that's a foul. Inadvertently. So that's going to be 4 team fouls. That's 1 foul on Aiden, 4 on the team. Ernzen has the ball. We're at 5:55 left here in the second quarter. Wildcats 18, Springville 14. Brett Kane dribbles the ball, goes right out of bounds off of his foot. Wildcats will take it. Orioles staying in that 1-3-1 kind of now, 3 quarters. They give it to Dayton. They get it to Matt, who gets it over to Aiden. Aiden drives, kicks it back to Matt. Matt's going to pull up for a three, and he buries it. Matt's first three-pointer of the night. Nice shot. Gets the assist to his brother, Aiden. Shada at the top of the key, swings it over to Ernzen. Ernzen looks inside, nothing there. Gets it back to Shada at the top of the key. Shada's trying to direct traffic, nothing there. Brett Kane launches a three and misses. Rebound Aiden Klosterman, and Matt tried to hit another cutting Braden Rickles, but this time Matt just overled him a little bit. Nice idea, but again, that one maybe wasn't quite as open. Like that, Matt's looking up the floor like that. So it's going to come back. We're at 21-14, Wildcats up. We have 5 minutes to go here, and on that steal, they're going to say Braden Rickles got the kid's arm, and that's quick. Just like that, the Wildcats have 5 team fouls here with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Springville has 3 team fouls, so Wildcats here picked up a few fouls. Ernzen's got the ball, gives it to Shada. Shada's on the baseline being defended. He gets a cutting Noah Brady, who misses the layup. Wildcats with the rebound, and they're on the attack. Aiden drives in, kicks it back to Mackay, who's at the three-point line, and there's Mackay's first three-pointer of the night. Mackay's coming off of a big game last week. If I remember right, he was in the 30s, like maybe 32 points, so that had to have been a career high for Mackay. So Wildcats here on D. There's a cutting Williams, beats Braden Rickles, and he knocks it down. We're at 24-16 with 4 minutes to go here. Aiden Klosterman's going to come back, and Aiden knocks down a three. That's 3 3-pointers for Aiden Klosterman, and just like that, the Wildcats have hit some three-pointers, and it's going to be a timeout, Springville. And Wildcats have increased the lead. It went from 14-14 after the first quarter, and we're now up to a 27-16 lead by the Wildcats with a couple minutes here left in the second quarter. Heartland Bank, tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank, and when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. All right, so as I mentioned, first quarter was a little rugged, probably neither team's best basketball, but it was entertaining. Now the second half, again, both teams are going up and down the floor. Wildcats are getting some shots to drop and have been able to extend the lead here a little bit. So 27-16. Timeout, coming out of timeout right now. It's 4:10 here left in the second quarter. Springville's ball, bringing it up into the front court. We've got Ernzen. He gets it over to go. We've got a new kid in, Conlon Rouse. Ernzen drives, comes to a jump stop, throws it up, and they're going to say he was fouled on the shot. And that's going to be the 6th team foul. They're going to call that on Dayton Price. So Wildcats here, the only negative thing is that they're picking up fouls, and the next foul is going to put Springville at the free throw line for bonus. Ernzen gets his first shot to fall. And the second one is short, and it's a rebound to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden over to Matt. Springville still doing kind of a press, and there's going to be a turnover. Aiden tried to get it to Dayton Price at the free throw line, but Springville kid cut in front. And while Matt Klosterman just about had a steal, Brett Kane, and Brett shot, missed, and the Wildcats come back now. Matt's got it. He drives. Nothing there, gets it to Mackay. Mackay's gonna pull up for a shot from the elbows, nothing there. Rebound, Rouse, and Springville comes back the other way. Ernzen with the ball, gets it over to Rouse. Rouse swings it around to Williams, down to Brady. He takes a couple dribbles and gives it to Kane. Kane's going to drive, pulls up for a shot, hits the back of the rim, no good. And Dayton Price comes down with the rebound for the Wildcats into the front court. Matt drives, he dishes to Mackay. Mackay off the glass. Nice dish by Matt. Mackay knocks it down. 29-17 with 2:45 left here in the second quarter. Springville's got the ball into the front court here. Ernzen. And hits it off of Matt, and it's picked up by Braden. And Braden Rickles, takes it in off the rim. Great defense by Matt. Braden Rickles takes it and just misses his layup. And then Dayton Price battles for the rebound. And they called it a jump ball. Good hustle by Dayton. They called it a jump ball, and it will be Springville's basketball. The arrow is pointing towards the Orioles. So good hustle by Dayton. So Wildcats are on D. Williams with the ball. They get it to Brett Kane. Brett Kane launches a three. Nothing there. Rebound Mackay. We're going the other way. And Matt was trying to push the ball and just wasn't able to get it to his brother Aiden, and it was knocked out of bounds by the Orioles. So Wildcats do retain possession. So Matt's got it in the backcourt. He's dribbling around, thinks about it, gives it to his brother Aiden at the top of the key. Aiden hits the back of the rim, nothing there. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Orioles basketball. All right, we've got Evan Hafner in. He's got the ball. He tries to do a bounce pass on the pick, and it's not there. Kicked by the Wildcats. Brett Kane's going to pass it in for the Orioles, and there's a pass to an open Rouse, but it is blocked by Jaden Hansen. And then Jaden comes back the other way on the break, and he takes it up and is fouled. And so Jaden is going to go to the free throw line for two. It's 29-17. Wildcats up, 1:44 left here in the second quarter. Jaden's free throw is no good. So we'll see if he can knock down this one. So far, Jaden's 0 for 3, so he's due to knock one down here pretty soon. And he misses that one, but he gets his own rebound, and he throws it up, and it's no good, but he's going to go back to the free throw line. So Jaden, good hustle, and see if he can knock him down here. He's 0 for 4, just needs to get a little arch on it. There's a nice looking shot right there. Jaden's third point of the night. So we've got Lucas Greif checking in to give Aiden Klosterman a breather. And there's another nice free throw by Jaden Hansen. So that's 2 points more for him. Wildcats here on defense. Williams hits Brady, and there's a cut by Kane, and he misses. Rebound by Matt, and he takes it coast to coast and knocks it down. Nice little move right there at the end. Wildcats, or Springville's back on defense, and nice defense by Lucas Greif. He tipped the ball, and Connor Williams went to grab it, and he was off balance, and he stepped out of bounds. So it's going to be a turnover, and it's going to go over to the Wildcats. So good job, Lucas. And Matt coming into he's going to take it all the way. He got tripped, but he still got the shot off, and he still knocks it down. Nice job. Matt's taking it to the hole the last 2 times. Kane in the front court. He gets it to Brady, swings it back over to Kane. Kane launches a 3, turns and knocks one down, and that makes it 20-35. Matt Klosterman's in the front court for the Wildcats. Checking, he's going to stop and pop. And Dayton Price, Matt's three-pointer was in and out. That's his second one in and out, but Dayton Price right there to get the offensive rebound and put back. Good job, Dayton. Dayton's had a couple hustle plays out there. And Evan Hafner takes it in, and his shot is swatted and by Makai Benton, and Matt Klosterman's went off for about the last 6 points here for the Wildcats. They come back down and they get a break. And it's 39-20 with 30 seconds left in the second quarter. There's a cutting Williams. He stops and pops. And Wildcats look like they're going to try to get one shot here at the end of the second quarter. It is 39-20. Wildcats up. Hand off to Mackay. They hand off to Lucas. They get it back to Matt. They're going to try to go for an alley-oop. And they're calling Mackay. Both players were going for the ball. I'm not sure how you call that a foul on Mackay. Unfortunately, it's going to be a second foul. That was kind of a cheap foul. That really wasn't a well-executed play. I'm not going to say it would have been fun if it would have happened, but I think Springville had it defended. That can't be a shooting foul because I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a foul on an offensive player, so I don't think you can shoot the bonus on that. So it's 6 seconds left here, 39-22. Hafner brings it into the front court, dribbles all the way up, and he's going to get a shot right before halftime, and he ended with a shot right before the end of the first quarter. So not something that coach can talk about. So at halftime, it is 39-24. The Wildcats held Springville to 10 second quarter points, and the Wildcats ended up scoring 25 second quarter points. So big quarter there for the Wildcats. All right. Big second half there for the Wildcats. Again, holding Springville to 10 points and going for 25 points on our side. So good second quarter. A lot of up and down basketball, that's for sure. Entertaining game. Both teams doing a little bit of pressing, getting some steals, getting some fast breaks. So good job, Wildcats. Unofficially here, look at some of the scoring again. This is unofficial. So Mackay's been held to 7 points, and he's averaging 17 currently, but he's probably been averaging over 20 points his last probably 4 games. So we'll see if Mackay can get going here a little bit. Matt Klosterman had 11, so he's close to his average already. He had a big second quarter there. Aiden, his brother, has 3 3-pointers there in the first half, so that's 9 points for Aiden. Definitely close to.
Public announcement here for halftime. Good evening. We have tonight with us the Kirkwood Academy ambassadors from Springville and Central City.
And Jaden Hansen knocked down 2 free throws, and he had a field goal, so Jaden. And then Braden Rickles has chipped in with 6 points. And Dayton Price had a big offensive putback, and that's 2 points for him. That should be 39 points, so it looks like I'm hopefully keeping track correctly. Again, kind of a fun first half. And it's been even more fun now that the Wildcats have taken a little bit of a lead here. Foul trouble, Mackay does have 2. He picked up that cheap foul right there at the end. Matt has 1, Aiden has 1, Jaden, Braden, and Dayton all have 1. So Wildcats setting pretty good in fouls. Hopefully they'll continue to be smart. All right. It looks like we are going to be entertained again at halftime with half-court shots. I think this is a fundraiser that I see senior girls out here doing this, so I'm not sure oh, I know. I bet you it's National Honor Society might be doing this to raise money. Again, the Wildcats, talking to Matt, just kind of looking at the schedule, you know, realistically, obviously you still have to go out and play the games, but the Wildcats are sitting in a position where they've beaten all the teams except for Northland and Alburnett. Unfortunately, all the teams that they've beaten, they have to go on the road now, and but hopefully they play well enough that they can win. And they do have Northland and Alburnett at home. As we mentioned, Northland is leading the conference in the guys, and Alburnett is second, and the Wildcats are right there in third spot. So if the Wildcats could, you know, maybe upset Alburnett and get some help from Northland, you know, Wildcats, if they take care of their business, could potentially slip into, you know, second place. You never know. You never know what will happen. But they definitely have a lot to play for, so definitely a lot to play for. So every time they step out on the floor, you know, they have, you know, they should be playing hard and be focused. It shouldn't be hard to get fired up to play a little basketball when they're setting where they're setting. So again, being entertained a little bit here by some half-court shooting. I think NHS is trying to raise some money, and so far just a bunch of people hitting the backboard. And no luck for some of them. Ooh, that one hit the rim. Dashney hit the rim. There's a Springville kid hits the rim. So the Wildcats, here come the teams back out on the floor. Wildcats come out, and Springville's out of the locker room here to get a few shots in. Here we've got 3:55 here left before. I guess I wasn't I'm not keeping track of Springville, but I do notice that Cade Shada, the leading scorer for Springville, I feel like he sat a little bit, so I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think he's in foul trouble, but I could be wrong. But I feel like he sat out quite a bit towards the end of that second quarter, so we'll have to see if he's back in. It looks like he's warming up, so I don't know if he tweaked something or what the deal was, but I did notice his absence out on the floor. So we'll see if that makes any kind of a difference here. Chase, you want to join me and do play-by-play? So we'll see here if Springville stays in their press. They kind of were pressing kind of three-quarter, half-quarter, mostly a 1-3-1. I'm not going to say they didn't get anything out of it. Wildcats came out in a 2-2-1, kind of a full court, three-quarter, but then kind of got out of that maybe halfway through that second quarter. They weren't pressing quite as much, so we'll see who comes out with what. Springville might be going to, I don't know, they might go a little deeper on the bench, but the Wildcats have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've played 8 guys. So they've played quite a few there. So Wildcats had a big second quarter there, scoring 25 points. Springville, they were held to 10 points, so that allows us to be where we are right now with a 39-24 game. Wildcats up at halftime. So we're getting ready here to get going with this second half. Again, the Wildcats are going to be on the road this Friday. They will be Friday night. The Wildcats will be traveling to Edco, where the boys and girls varsity will be in action. And then we will be back home here next Tuesday, a week from tonight, with North Lynn. Again, North Lynn girls, I believe, are also first place in the conference. I didn't really talk about that, but I think North Lynn is in first place in both the boys and the girls. All right. So we'll see who's going to be starting second half here. I'm assuming the Wildcats will go with the same starters. Matt was leading the way at halftime with 11 points. Aiden with 9 and Mackay with 7, and then Braden Rickles chipped in 6. And so yes, the Wildcats do start with the same starters: Rickles, Jaden Hansen, Mackay, Aiden Klosterman, Matt Klosterman. And then looks like the Orioles will start with their same starters. And looks like they're in man-to-man. And Jaden Hansen drives in, throws up a kind of an ill-advised shot, and he misses. Rebound, Springville coming the other way. They swing it around to Williams, around to Brady, back to Shada. He lets the shot go, hits the back of the rim, falls in. So Orioles get 3 points here to start the third quarter. Matt's got the ball. He looks. Gets it to Braden at the top of the key. He drives, and he's going to go all the way down the lane, and he throws it up, and Braden gets 2 more points for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats are just going to drop back and play defense. Looks like they're going to match up man-to-man here. And Williams is going to drive in, and he misses. Rebound, Mackay Benton. He gets it up to Rickles. Rickles is checking things out. Gets it back to Klosterman. Aiden over to his brother. Matt looks, pulls up for a three-pointer, hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Shada. Shada comes the other way. He's going to launch it down to Brady. He swings it around, nothing there. Now they're just swinging it around the top of the key. Shada gets it to Ernson. He swings it over to Kane. Back to Shada, and he hits the second three-pointer, so it's 41-30 here. Springville chipping away a little bit at the lead. Matt's going to drive, and he's going to take it all the way, and he puts it up with his right hand and finishes. Nice drive by Matt. Wildcats playing man-to-man. There's a backdoor cut by Ernson, and he misses, and they're going to call Aiden Klosterman with the foul, and that's going to be Aiden's second foul, and Ernson's going to go to the free throw line for the Orioles. His first free throw's up and good. And the second free throw's up and good, and Springville's gotten out of their press, and they're just going to look like they're playing, not a good angle, but Matt was trying to get it inside to Mackay, and just not really a very good angle, and it goes out of bounds. So Springville has the ball. Wildcats need to be patient. They're up. They don't need to force the issue. So Brady being defended. They give it to Shada. He's going to back down Matt, and Matt knocks the ball out of his hands, but it goes to Williams. Williams is in the corner being defended by Rickles. He passes it to a cutting Kane. Brady puts up a three-pointer, no good. And Jaden came down with the rebound. He's getting mugged down there. They don't call anything. Makai Benton in the corner, and there's nothing there. That shot hits the rim, goes off, rebound by, and then Aiden's going to get called. Ooh. Brett Kane has a rebound, and Aiden's lucky. He's got 2 fouls, and he reached in, and luckily they called that. Could have gone either way. They called it a jump ball, luckily, but they could have called that, and that could have been Aiden's 3rd foul. Not the best play, but I guess Wildcats are going to get the next jump ball. So Brady swings it over to Shada, and there's a silly foul by Matt. Just steps into Shada, who's at the top of the key, looking to pass the ball, and that's Matt's 2nd foul. So now we've got Makai with 2, Matt with 2, Aiden with 2. That's 2 team fouls here to start the second half. No team fouls on Springville, and there goes Shada in. And it makes it 43-34. Wildcats need to kind of calm down here. Braden Rickles is going to throw up a three-pointer, and that's good. Braden give the assist to Matt Klosterman. And Brett Kane just lets it fly. Rebound Rickles. He gives it to Benton. They give it to Matt Klosterman. He gets it into the front court, pushes it. Matt drives. He's at the free throw line. He looks over to Rickles. Rickles throws up another three-pointer. Good offensive rebound by Jaden Hansen. He gets it to Rickles, and he misses a basket in front of the rim. So Springville comes the other way. Brett Kane's just launching three-pointers. There's another air ball one. And Wildcats come back down and get it inside to Makai. Makai goes up for a layup, misses, gets bumped, works hard, gets his own rebound, and then he's fouled by Brett Kane. And on the rebound there, Makai working hard to get that offensive rebound. And that's Brett Kane's first foul, first team foul for Springville. Stay here. Wildcats are going to take it out of bounds. They get it over to Aiden Klosterman. He's going to drive. Tipped out of his hands. There's Shada diving, and they're going to say it was a kick. I'm not sure about that. I guess they say Aiden kicked it, and so now it's Springville's ball. That was weird play right there. Can't say I agree with that, but we play on. 34-46. Brett Kane looking for a backdoor cut from Shada, and he knocks it down. And there's the plate for the volleyball post popped out, and we've got some subs here. So Rickles is going out, and Dayton Price had some good minutes, is coming in. So we've got Aiden Klosterman and Dayton and Makai Benton. Then Jaden Hansen and Matt Klosterman. So it's 36-46, 10-point game here. The Wildcats need to just be smart on offense. There's a nice pass from Aiden inside to, I think that was Dayton. And they're going to call foul on a reach. And so that's going to be Springville's second team foul. They call that on Shada. And Jaden Hansen working hard there, missed. And there's a tip by Makai Benton off of the rebound. The ball, Jaden Hansen had two opportunities. The ball's getting tipped around, and Makai was able to tip it in. Jordan Goad checks in, throws up a shot, and it's rebounded by the Wildcats, and we're coming the other way. And there's Dayton Price. Jaden Hansen goes up with the shot, misses, and Dayton's there to clean it up, get an offensive rebound and a putback, and 2 more points. 50-36 here with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Shada behind his back, trying to drive down, and he has a bad pass to Brett Kane. It goes right through Kane's feet and out of bounds. Wildcats will take it. So with 2:38, it's 36-50. Castor Abernathy's checked in for the Wildcats. Aiden Klosterman, Matt Klosterman, they're giving Mackay a quick breather here. Wildcats into the front court with Matt. It's man-to-man. Both teams now just doing half-court man-to-man. Castor dribbles off his foot, but it goes to Jaden Hansen. He gets it to Aiden. Aiden defended. He's going to take it all the way, and he's fouled and counted. Taking it to the hole, Aiden, and he is fouled, and the basket is good, and he's going to go to the free throw line, and I think they called that on number 1. They called it on Conlon Rouse, number 10. That's his second foul. And Aiden's going to go to the free throw line. Aiden's shot is up and good. All right, so it's 52-36. Wildcats up here, 2:15 left in the third quarter. And there's a drive by Goad, and they kick it back out to Hafner, and he gives it to Rouse. Rouse gives it to Brady. Brady puts it up, no good. And there's a good rebound by Matt Klosterman, and Jordan Goad just picked up, I believe that's going to be his third foul. And he's going to go out, and Sheeta's going to come in. Yeah, that's Goad, Jordan Goad, sophomore, his third foul. So Wildcats have the ball with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, up 53-36. And again, both teams of second half now have just went man-to-man, half court. Mackay Benton from the three-point line, no good. Shada with the rebound. And as a bounce pass, they get it down to Brady. He kicks it back out to Shada. Shada's had the hot hand this third quarter for the Orioles, and he knocks down another three-pointer. So Shada's been doing pretty much all the scoring for the Orioles, and Matt does a drive, step back, knocks down a two-pointer. Orioles working the ball around. Brady gives it, trying to pass it to Conlon Rouse, and Hansen went for the steal, and he hit Rouse across the arm, so that's going to be a foul. So that's going to be Jaden's second foul, team's third foul. 4 team fouls for Springville here in the third quarter. Sheeta has it, and he gets it to Hafner, and he drives, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Cade Shada. So I'm going to look up there and see how many fouls they have called. He's just 2, so I'm not sure why he wasn't in the end of a lot of that second quarter. So anyway, we play on here. 5 team fouls for Springville. Wildcats get it inside to Mackay. He turns around and passes out to Aiden. Aiden double dribbles. Aiden and Castor were right next to each other, and I don't know who Mackay was passing it to, but I don't think either one of them knew. And then Aiden had to dribble to get control, and then he dribbled again. So Wildcats here really weren't paying attention to defense, and then Brady just passed it right to Castor Abernathy. So the Wildcats are going to come down, and there's a foul. Matt drives, kicks it out to Mackay. Mackay goes up for a shot, and he's going to be fouled by Connor Williams. And Mackay's going to go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. And I believe there's 36.5 seconds left in the third quarter. Wildcats up 55-39. That's going to be Williams' second free throw. Mackay goes to the free throw line, and he hits his first free throw. Kane's checking in, and Conlon Rouse goes out for the Orioles. Mackay's second rebound is long, rebounded by Hafner. And with 30 seconds to go here in the third, there's a cutting Kane, and his shot is blocked by Hansen. Matthew Klosterman with the rebound. He's in the front court. We've got 15 seconds left here. Coach Turner saying 1 shot. They're trying to get something organized here. They're telling Mackay to come up and set a pick. And then there's Matt, and Matt didn't make the best decision. Matt tried to do a one-handed pass, and he just doesn't have control of that pass when he was trying to get it into Mackay. And so it went a little awry. And that is going to be the way the third quarter ends. So the Wildcats looks like they get about 17 points here in that third quarter. And it looks like the Orioles got 15 points. So Orioles had 14 to start the game, and the Wildcats held them to 10. In the second quarter, they come back out here after halftime with 15, gives them 39. Wildcats had 14 as well in the first quarter, and they erupted for 25 second quarter points, and then they've got 17 points there, and they won that third quarter just by 2 points. So we're at 56-39 here. Wildcats need to be smart here, trade baskets if anything, with the Orioles. Shada was probably had the majority of those points, I think, for the Orioles in that second quarter. Matt's going to dribble to his right and stop and pop, and Matt's going to knock down a three-pointer. So that's 7 second-half points here for Matt Klosterman. Shada brings it up into the front court, and he passes it into Williams. Williams tries to do a reverse layup, misses, rebound Klosterman. And Matt's going to have the ball. He drives, kicks it out to Hansen. Jaden Hansen for three, no good. Matt Klosterman with the offensive rebound. He's got his dribble, and he's going to throw it out. He was in the corner. He gets it to Jaden Hansen. Hansen drives and count it. Jaden Hansen takes it all the way to the hoop, and the basket is going to count, and he is fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line for an old-fashioned three-point play. They call that foul on Brett Kane. That is going to be Kane's second foul. That is 17 fouls now on the Orioles. So for the fourth quarter, the Wildcats will go to the free throw line for the bonus. And Jaden is a little strong, and Braden Rickles, who's checked in, runs down the offensive rebound, and Mackay dribbles out of there and forces up a shot, and Mackay is going to be fouled. And that is going to be player number 3. Noah Brady picks up his first foul. And Mackay Benton, first free throw is good. 62-39 here with 7:13 left. And Mackay's second free throw is good. So Mackay's 3 for 4 from the line tonight. So we're in the front court. Is Ernson being defended by Matt. Gets it to Shada. Shada gives it back to Ernson. Ernson's going to go up, and they're going to call foul. It's going to be 2 free throws for Ernson, and they're going to call that on Aiden Klosterman, I believe. And that is going to be Aiden's third foul. So, I mean, we've got 6:59 left in the fourth quarter, 39-63. I guess if he gets 4, he probably will get taken out. But you'd like to see Aiden make better decisions on some of his fouls. Ernson misses his second one, and Brady tracks it down, and they get it in, try to get a pass into Williams, and it's hits off of Williams' foot and goes out of bounds. And Wildcats are going to have it 63-40. Ernson made one of 2 free throws, and there's going to be a timeout, Springville. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services that keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. We're here for you. All right, so Wildcats here, 63-40. Timeout, Springville. Wildcats and the Orioles are both this half just doing half court man-to-man. In the first half, both of them were doing full court to three-quarter court pressing. But both have just went back to man-to-man this second half. And Springville's starting to rack up fouls. I'm not keeping track of theirs, but just going by the scoreboard. Springville has 8 team fouls with 6:56 left, so the Wildcats will be going to the free throw line anytime there's a foul now. And the Wildcats have 4 team fouls. So we'll see what happens. So as I said, right when I said that both teams are playing man-to-man and no more pressing, Springville comes out in their full court 1-3-1, and Wildcats get it in the front court and down to Mackay. Then he kicks it out to Matt, and Matt knocks it down. Matt M.J. Klosterman hits his third three-pointer of the night. Matt's got to be getting close. I should have asked him what his career high is, and they're going to call foul there on Mackay on the floor, I think, for a hold, and there's Mackay's third foul. So we've got Mackay with 3, Aiden with 3, and granted, we're up 40-66, but we don't have a super deep bench, so coach can't be too happy that some of the key players like that are picking up some fouls. So we'll stay down here. That's our 5th team foul. Shada with the long three-pointer. I think he's done the majority of the scoring here for the Orioles in the second half. I don't know what his first and second half totals are, and they're going to call over and back between Matt and Aiden. With that press now, there's a turnover on that. Since they've went to the press, there's a turnover. That's what Springville needs. 43-66. Wildcats are going to stay in that half-court man-to-man. We've got Lucas Greif checked in here. And he's playing tough defense, and they tried to get it into Williams. Hansen had the ball, and he went to go and grab it and take off, oh. No, if they called that on 22, it should be a bonus. I'm not sure why we're not shooting free throws on that one. Not going to lie, but we're in the bonus. But anyway, Wildcats get it in the front court on that 1-3-1. Passing it around. Aiden's got it. He's going to drive, kicks it back out to his brother. Matt's going to look and let it fire, and there's another 3. That's 4 3-pointers tonight for Matt. He's got to be close to getting to a career high, I'd imagine. I guess I don't know. I'll find out. There's going to be a steal by Jaden Hansen. Let's see if he can finish. And yes! Didn't think that was going to go in, but it rolled around the rim and went in. Good defense by Jaden. That's 8 points for Jaden tonight. And there's a lob into Williams. I'm not sure what Springville's trying to do here, but they're lobbing it into Connor Williams. And granted, he's 6'3", but he's not really even in good position. But we'll take it, and it's 43-71. And Matt's going to bring it in, and they're being pressed. He kicks it over to Lucas. Lucas drives, and there's going to be a steal by Ernson. And Ernson did a good job of getting a steal, and then he steps out of bounds. And it's going to go back to the Wildcats. And Mackay gets the ball on the inbounds pass, and there's going to be a three-pointer by Castor Abernathy. And then they're going to say that Dayton Price fouled on that rebound. So Dayton with 2 fouls, and that's 6 team fouls now for the Wildcats. So with 5 minutes to go, both teams here on their next fouls will be shooting 1-and-1s. And there goes Ernson, and then he drives, dishes it to Brady, swings it over to Williams. Williams is going to drive, and they're going to say, now all of a sudden these officials are going crazy with their calls. They're going to drive, and that's going to be on the Wildcats, and that is going to be on Mackay, and that's going to be Mackay's 4th foul here. So 43-71, 4:57 to go, and Mackay just picked up his 4th foul, so we'll see if Turner's going to leave him in or not. Williams is going to the free throw line. Williams' first free throw is good. Williams will and the second free throw is no good, rebounded by Benton. Matt Klosterman brings it into the front court, swings it over to Mackay. Mackay's going to drive. He takes it around the Oriole and goes up for two. That's second field goal in the second half. Kane is coming down the other way, takes it in, throws it up, no call. Wildcats come the other way. Matt Klosterman takes it in, might have got away with a walk, and he shoots and misses. It's tipped around, and Dayton Price comes down with the offensive rebound and a putback, and so that's nice to see Dayton. He's got 6 points. Wildcats come into the front court. There's Shada with another three-pointer. Banked it off of the glass. He's been pretty hot the second half here. I don't know that he's missed a shot. That makes it 47-75. Lucas Greif looks, and he drives, kicks to Mackay, swings it over to Castor Abernathy. Castor hands it back to Mackay. Mackay's going to throw up a three-pointer, spins and out, and there's Dayton Price with another offensive rebound, put back, and it's a foul. That's going to be an and one. Great job by Dayton, just picking up those garbage buckets and putting them back. And Dayton's going to go to the free throw line here for a three-point play. Great job. Dayton makes it 47-77. We've got Brady Weiss who has checked in. And Dayton's free throw is good. Good job, Dayton. It's got to be getting close to a career high. Shada gets it over to, and there's a travel they don't call, and Goad takes it in, and they're going to say his basket counts, and they're going to call foul. I think they might have called it on Dayton. Yep, Dayton gets his third foul, so now Goad will go to the free throw line. Goad's first shot is his free throw is good. So Lucas Greif gets it into the front court for the Wildcats. We've got Greif, Mackay Benton. Greif's going to drive, and he's going to do a nice little reverse layup. And Lucas Greif gets into the scorebook. Nice little drive and a little reverse layup there. And now they're going to call foul. They're going to call Mackay, and Mackay just fouled out, I believe. And the Springville Oriole guy was dead, and Mackay and Castor were both reaching in, and they're going to call Mackay, and that's going to be his fifth foul. So Mackay's going to foul out. I have Mackay down for 14 points for just a little bit under his average tonight. So that's put Shada at the free throw line. 51-80. And Shada's second free throw is good. So we've got Castor Abernathy and Nolan Gates is in. Lucas Greif, Dayton Price, and Brady Weiss are the Wildcats out on the floor. Brady's going to drive, kicks it back to Nolan. Nolan puts up a three-pointer, hits the front of the rim. Rebound by Evan Hafner, and he's going to go down, and he passes it inside to Williams, kicks it back out. They're ringing it around here. And Shada puts up another three, and there's going to be a timeout. And, 55-80, and we've got the subs in, and there's a breakdown on defense, and Coach Turner calls a timeout, and he's screaming at somebody. I'm not sure who he was not happy with, but just because you're up by 50-80, this reserves need to use this time as a time to get better in case they have to come in a prime time. All right, Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best. Operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. All right, so we are down here to the last few minutes. It's 80-55. Mackay's fouled out. He's ended up with 14 points. Dayton's had a great night off the bench. He's got He's got 9 points off the bench. All of them have been offensive rebounds and putbacks, and then 1 rebound. So now we've got a full court press here by Springville, and they're going to get a steal, and there's 2 points. And now we do get it into Lucas, and Lucas is going to just try to dribble around Springville people, and he loses control of the ball, and there's another turnover. So it's 57-80. We're at 2:49 left here, and Brady Wise is going out, and they're going to bring back in Matt Eulenkamp, and they're going to bring back in Aiden. Nolan Gates and Brady Wise are going out. Obviously not doing what Coach wants him to do on the press breaker. And Ernzen has the ball, swings it over to Goad. Goad behind the back. Looks for a backdoor Williams, nothing there. Good hustle by Dayton, but they're going to say on the rebound, loose ball, he stepped out of bounds. And that ball's going to go back to Springville. 2:30 to go. They get it inbounds to Ernzen. Ernzen stops and pops, and they're going to say travel. So the Orioles are going to go into their full court press. They get it to Matt. There's a cutter, and Matt's got the ball, and he handles the ball, gets it into the front court. They're looking to trap. Matt's going to drive, penetrate, and give it up to Dayton, and Dayton's there for another 2 points. This got to be a career high for Dayton. Wildcat Orioles come the other way. Goes a little out of control, throws up the shot, and Williams takes it right out of Dayton's hands, and there's Shada. He makes another one. 60-82. Castor Abernathy with the ball, and there's a poke, and Castor is able to retain possession, and he gets it over to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden's going to let a three-point fly, and Aiden gets his 4 3-pointer. So 4 3-pointers tonight for Matt, and 4 3-pointers tonight for Aiden. And there's Shada dribbling. He's looking for a backdoor, gets it over to Williams. Williams is going to drive on Dayton and takes it in for 2 points. And Lucas Greif has it, gets it into Matt. And Matt throws it to Dayton Price, long up the floor. Dayton goes up with it, misses, and he gets his own offensive rebound and puts it in for another basket. Dayton Price has 11 second half points. He had 2 the first half, so that puts him up to 13 points. That's got to be a career high for Dayton on varsity. Ernzen launches a three-pointer, hits the net, and goes out of bounds. Goad tries to save it, but he isn't able to, so it's 87-62 with 1:12 left. Brady Weiss is coming back in. Lucas Greif is coming back in. Josh Lindsay's checking in. So now we've got Lucas Greif, Nolan Gates, Josh Lindsay, Brady Weiss. Dayton Price is going to stay out on the floor, and I think I said Nolan Gates. So Springville's taking out their starters. We're at 112, 62-87. Lucas Greif's going to bring it up. Nobody's guarding him, and he's going to just take it all the way to the hole and lays it off the glass. 4 points tonight for Lucas. Goad comes the other way, defended by Josh Lindsay. Goad drives and then kicks it. There's 2 Springville guys standing right next to each other, and I don't think they knew who he was passing it to, and it went right by him. So Wildcats are going to come. We're under a minute now here. Lucas is going to come in, and again, a little confusion on defense. Brady Weiss has it. He's going to try to drive. He kicks it back out to Gates. A lot of reaching going on. Brady's going to throw up a three-pointer, and Brady Weiss gets in the scoring column with a three-pointer. Nice job, Brady. Then Goad's going to come back with a spin and a kiss off the glass. And we've got 28 seconds left, 92-62. I'm not sure here if the Wildcats, they're probably not going to. They're just going to pull it back out, and we don't have to shoot the ball again. So Lucas Greif's just going to dribble out the final here, 10 seconds, and 92-64. Man, the Wildcats put up a lot of points here tonight. And congrats to the Wildcats. They scored 36 fourth quarter points, and there wasn't a lot of defense played in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats scored 36 fourth quarter points, and the Orioles scored 25 fourth quarter points. So that puts the final score at 92-64. Wildcats win. I've got 25 points for Matt Klosterman, 15 points for Aiden Klosterman, so he was a little above his average for sure. Matt was above his average. Mackay just a little below his average. I'm not sure what Jaden Hansen, but Jaden contributed 8 points here tonight. Had some good defense in there. Braden Rickles ended up with 11 points for him. And then Dayton Price, I'll tell you what, Dayton, they got to be happy. 13 points, and 11 of those came in the second half for Dayton, and all but one came on offensive rebounds, and he had 1 free throw. So great job of Dayton hitting the boards. Lucas Greif contributed 4 points in the second half, and Brady Weiss hit a 3-pointer. And again, that's my unofficial scoring. So that makes the final 92 and Springville 64. All right. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I was Cindy McCarthy, and the girls, Springville came out on top on that one, 78-39. And for the boys, the Wildcats came out on top, 92-64. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday when North Lynn comes to town. And on Friday, the Wildcats will be traveling in an away game, but we will not be broadcasting that. So we'll be back next Tuesday for the Springville North Lynn game. So I just appreciate everybody listening, and go Cats.